Hi, my name is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and also a proud FENIX Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am thrilled to be speaking with acclaimed indie pop producer and artist, M. The Myth. For more on M. The Myth, you can read more about them right below this video, but in the meantime, here is a sneak peek at their tune, Pray.
Boys will be boys, but they'll regret if they hurt me. Black tie affairs, wolves gather to hunt me down. I'll take control of them. Little do they know, the taste of me won't be there. Eat me alive, I'm not afraid. I'm stronger when I'm bruised or played. One kiss and you'll be my prey. Rip me to shreds, I'll take my revenge. Got you to my seas, so I say one kiss and you'll be my prey. I'm just a girl.
Well, hello, M. The Myth, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing so much better now that we are finally connected, and I'm so excited that the audience just got a little sneak peek of your tune, Pray. Talk to me a little bit about how that whole idea for the song and then also the music video came about.
Well, Pray was kind of based on a song of revenge that I then incorporated to a song of survival. And it's about queer survival and existing in this world where the binary is valued, and being someone who's outside of the binary, it feels like you have to fight to live sometimes.
Amen. Well, listen, I want to know, was there a moment for you in your life when you realized that you would use your talents as a creator and as an artist, that in using it so much so that it was also part of your advocacy?
I think at the very beginning, that's what I was so excited about, was that being an artist meant I could advocate for my community. I always thought that was something that I wanted to do. And now that it's like I have more knowledge about who I am, it feels like every kind of attack is deeply personal. And I don't know if that just means I'm getting older and I'm more cynical, but I also feel a little more empowered when negative kind of stuff happens to our community, because it feels like I have more responsibility. And also I know that I'm not alone, which is kind of nice too.
Well, I think on top of that too, the fact of the matter is, I think you're providing a safe space for people who may feel isolated or outside of the quote unquote norm, but that you're living in your truth unapologetically and so beautifully that actually what you're showing to anyone who may feel quote unquote different is that live unapologetically and shine your light and F it, excuse my French.
Yes, absolutely. My therapist called queers as people who give, what is it? It's permission, but it's in another way. It's like permission. It's basically permission.
Yeah,
but
no, I know there's some fancy
Okay.
term, but I
Yeah.
understand permission because look at Em. I mean, I think about so many of my friends who, you know, who are, well, I am a part of the LGBTQI community, and I have a lot of friends who, you know, go by, and I'm not saying this correctly, and, you know, I'm still learning, but they and them and non-binary, correct?
Yeah. So some people, those are my pronouns actually. I use they and them. most often. It's but that's correct. Yeah.
And look at, I mean, I have a lot of friends who go by they and them and part of the non-binary community within the LGBTQI community. And I don't know of many artists. And I'm pretty savvy when it comes to knowing the queer artist landscape. And there really is no one else like you out there. And I'm curious to know the fans that you've heard of, or maybe those young boys and girls, or artists out there and people out there who don't feel that she and he is correct for them. I'm wondering, now that you have such a much larger platform than you did even a year ago, what those conversations must be like for you with these younger people.
Well, I I haven't been able to, really see many of my fans. I haven't been performing really since COVID. There's been few performances, but for me, I feel like I learn from those that are kind of younger than me, and that they approach the world with this like openness, and it's almost like, I mean, I don't want to name their experiences, but they are able to exist without having to have gone through the challenge of like making a decision, which means like, that was emotional. That was an emotional thing. Like, they live in a world that is like better for them to be who they are. I believe that. And so there's this freedom, I think, that they possess, where it's like, they teach me that I can be more free. And this like fight that I have is really more, I think, for like people my age, and I mean, I guess the new world, but that's what I feel about those, like, the children are like the teachers, and they are the benefactors for sure of our, like, I think, our advocacy for a new world, and that they just like instantly like vibrate on a higher level, and they're like, okay, I see the world this way.
Well, I mean, on top of that too, I mean, I was kind of thinking, even to your latter point, that, you're one of the road makers. You built paths that weren't there, that allow many of these kids out there to go down a path that maybe has been traveled by the few like yourself who have been brave enough to not only share their story, but just to live proudly and to perform proudly and to create proudly. But listen, in this time, it's been tough for all artists, all humans. I'm curious what this time has done for you as both an artist and a human, in terms of solidifying why you do what you do.
I decided to go back to school to get a master's in music production, because I wanted to spend my time in a forced way that would make sure that like I couldn't veer off, but I was also learning, because I love to learn. I've always been a student. I love school.
Wait,
I
let's
do.
backtrack. You're a smarty pants. Tell the audience where you went to school.
Oh, I went to Stanford, and now I'm at Berkeley College of Music.
Well, excusez-moi. I know a little bit about Berkeley only because I went to Boston College
Oh,
and
cool.
in Chestnut Hill. But I'm much older than you. I will not reveal that age. Thank you so very much. But what I love so much too about what you're doing, and what I've actually spoken with a lot of artists about during this time, is that they've been forced, or no, they've made the choice to become even more their own CEOs, and in learning the production side. I'm curious, in going back to school during this time and learning and gaining more tools in your tool belt, what you're most looking forward to, and in how you're going to be able to use that for the Myth.
Well, I am already producing an artist named Michael Ryder. I'm executive producing their new album, their latest one. I don't think they've revealed the name yet. And I know that they did an interview with you, which is why I'm here today, actually. And so I'm just like, that experience alone has been worth everything, all the knowledge that I've been able to have. It's
Wait,
like,
time out. I will not guess on camera, but I have a very good feeling about who it may be, but we'll discuss after
yeah,
the interview.
you know, I know, you know.
Oh, I love it. I can't wait for
Yeah.
that collab to be announced. And what I also like so much about you is that you're not only out there promoting yourself as a performer, but you're already providing literally a safe space for other artists and queer artists to be their best selves. Do you kind of see yourself as both an artist and also one that's going to be able to provide the safe space when you go into also the producer, executive producer realm?
Yeah, I mean, you have like a lack of women, a lack of queers, I think, in that space, and as far as like engineers and producers go, and it can be a dangerous space, as we know, with um, what is it, Kesha and Dr. Luke, and it can be a scary space. So I really love the idea that like that I can create a space that feels like, oh, it's okay to be gay or queer here. And we can like talk about the different sounds that we want. Hey, Mom, I'm doing an interview.
I love it. We're keeping
Yeah,
that.
I think it is.
See, this is what I love about these interviews. It's just, I like to keep it real. I love when artists keep it real. And you keep it real. And listen, I could speak with you forever, but before we get going, I just want to remind the audience, for more on the amazing and the myth, you can read more about them right below this video. Is there anything you want to leave our audience with? Some piece of advice maybe to some of the kids out there watching?
Yeah, invest in crypto, invest in FENIX. But my brother got me into cryptocurrency, and I saw this and I thought it's really brilliant. I think it's not only securing your future, like especially like I wish I was younger and I wish somebody would have told me to be more savvy about my finances. And I think cryptocurrency is like an incredible opportunity. But you have to be careful because some of the coins out there be shady, but this ain't one of them. And I also, so be smart, think about your future. You are smart, and your future is set. And
Matt, I want you to give a TED Talk here in Manhattan. You're incredibly inspiring. Thank you for sharing your artistry today and a little time with me. And I look forward to speaking with you soon. Thank you.